everyone, and welcome to week 3 of Adopt Indigo for Praxis Fiber Workshop. So for weeks 1 and 2, we were just mainly concerned with getting everybody their plants and getting them in the ground and making them happy. So now that we've done that, we can just give ourselves a huge congratulations and talk a little bit about what to expect for the next few weeks and throughout the season, and just a little bit more about this project. So most of you know, but maybe some of you don't, that normally we grow about a ½ acre of indigo total over 2 separate lots in North and South Collinwood. And we do this with the help of lots of volunteers. We gather 8 to 12 times over the summer for transplanting the seedlings like we just did, and then 2 or 3 separate times for harvesting. Now, because of COVID-19, we were not able to do that this year. And we have all watched over the last few months so many arts and culture programs be canceled and postponed. And without you, we really wouldn't have been able to continue this project at all. So Indigo is so important to us at Praxis, and we're so invested in the education and the continuation of growing natural indigo. And because of you all, we are able to continue to do that this year. So I wanted to say thank you once again. So, as you can see, my plants are doing okay. This is the first time I've also grown indigo in our home garden before. And if you come a little closer, you can see that some plants are doing really well. Some plants are a little bit smaller. This is, what to expect in our home gardens, where there's lots more variables than out in a more open field. I've had some emails and some reports from some of you that there's been some animal interference. That's probably to be expected. Animals are more curious in just what is it than eating it, probably. So we've had some examples of indigo being kind of trampled on or ripped out from the ground. No problem. Plant it back, give it extra water, maybe even a little bit of extra blood meal if it gets ripped out from its roots. And it should really be fine. In our experience, we haven't seen a lot of animals interested in eating the leaves. So that is good. Another thing that probably might come up now and in the next few weeks are, of course, weeds. So my best experience has been to take whatever your favorite weed whacking tool, gardening tool of choice, and just get them while they're super tiny, and just kind of make sure that the weeds aren't getting around the roots of your indigo plants. Invasive, like big weeds, and if they get too big, they will strangle the indigo at the roots. It's easier to nip them in the bud and prevent that from happening from the onset. So, other than that, we just get to keep watering, enjoying this beautiful weather, and enjoying our gardens. What we're going for is we're waiting for the indigo to get to about 24 inches tall, or about knee height. It's going to fill in a lot, both horizontally and vertically. And we want the leaves themselves to end up being about the size of your palm of your hand. When that happens, they're going to be ready to harvest. And so we'll together keep on track and notice when that is happening, and find a nice sunny few days in order to do our first harvest. I expect that to be somewhere in the middle of July, based on how things are going so far. Some of you might notice, some of you planted in pots above ground with potting soil. Some of you planted in the yard, in the soil that was in your yard. There's going to be different nitrogen levels between the potted soil and the soil in your yard. So if you're noticing anything like the leaves turning light green or even red at the tips, or if your leaves are pointing up rather than out, that is a sign of stress for the indigo. And we'll just, in that case, more fish emulsion, more blood meal, more nitrogen into the soil, and they should be fine, perk right up. So if you have any questions about how your indigo is looking, feel free to send me a picture. And speaking of pictures, thank you so much to everyone that sent me pictures of the indigo in your garden. I have about 15 or 20 pictures, and I know there's many more of you out there. So if you haven't already, please take a picture of yourself with your indigo, or just your indigo if you're more comfortable with that, and send it to my email this week. We are very excited to compile the full visual crop of what our indigo looks like this year. So Next week, we are gonna actually start to hear from our partners. I'm gonna have a guest on for our weekly updates from the Cleveland Seed Bank and also from Little and Wells Incorporated. So we have lots of good information and good conversation in the weeks ahead. And in the meantime, good luck and have a great week and stay safe. Thank you so much. Have a great one.